Hi there, this is Teacher Lynn, and today we're going to talk about the four types of conditional statements. Let me share my screen. First, let's begin by defining what conditional statements are. So, conditional sentences have a condition clause and a result clause. In this statement, if we have money, we will go on a holiday. This part, if we have money, is what we call the condition clause, and the result of which is we will go on a holiday. So we can also invert this sentence by having the result clause first, and then what follows is the condition clause. We can also use when instead of if. Let's try. When we have money, we will go on a holiday. So when do we use when? It is more definite when you're sure that it's going to happen. Now let's get into the types. The first type is what we call zero conditional. So this one is the real conditional, and it means it is always true. It's true for the condition, and the result will also be true. So this is formed by having if plus present simple plus the present simple. Let me show you. This is the condition clause, and this is the result clause. So I have here if plus the present simple study, and then comma, and then the present simple is get. This one is also an example of zero conditional wherein I have the present simple heats, and the present simple here in the result clause will be boils. The second type is what we call the first conditional. So what is this about? The condition is possible, and so we expect a probable result. It's formed by having if plus present simple, and then the will and infinitive. Let's have this example. If I study hard, I will get good grades. The condition clause has present simple study, and then plus will plus the infinitive verb is get. Now, the type 3 is what we call second conditional. This is impossible now and unlikely in the future. So if it did not happen today, also more it won't happen in the future for the result. This is more of imaginary or hypothetical. They also express speculation about imagined situations in the future. So this one is formed by having if plus past simple plus would and the infinitive. If I studied hard, studied is in the past simple, and then would, and then the infinitive, which is get, would get. Now, if we're using was, we should replace it with where to show that we are in a subjunctive mood, meaning what we're talking about did not really happen and we're just in a wishful thinking. Example will be if I were rich. Okay, notice that I did not use was, but instead I use where to show that it's just the subjunctive mood. And lastly, we have the fourth type, which is the third conditional. This one is counterfactual. So it did not happen in the past, and you're thinking or you're imagining what could have happened if it happened in the past. So it may also express thankfulness or regrets. The first is that let's have the how do we formulate it? So if plus the past perfect, when we have past perfect, it is the had plus the past participle of the verb, and then would have plus the past participle of the verb. So this one expresses regrets. If I had studied, had, and then the past participle of study is studied, had studied, then I would have gotten good grades. Okay, notice that gotten is the past participle of the verb get. Now this one shows regrets. Okay. Now this one shows the second one shows thankfulness. If I had not studied, I would have not gotten good grades. Now let's have a quick quiz. Can you change the sentence into the different types of conditionals? Okay, there you go. Let's have the answers.